If I were to buy a house today, what I would do is same thing I did when I bought my first property. If you're looking to save for a down payment, number one is create a dedicated savings plan. Meaning, if you don't have a savings plan or a specific account where all the extra money goes, you're never going to be able to save for a house. So what I had to do personally was just create a savings plan. This is money that I'm not using for any emergencies. I already had that money saved. I had my emergency fund saved. And now I'm just plowing money into this account, and that is going to be my down payment, whether it is a condo, a single family, a multifamily. So you're just plowing money into this investment account. That is going to be your down payment. You're never going to touch it. So you have to create that savings plan. You have to make sure that you're putting money away as much as humanly possible. The next thing that you should probably do if you're going to be saving for your down payment, this is probably the harder one of all, cut all unnecessary expenses. And by all, I mean all. What I personally did when I was starting to save down payments for my buildings and for my real estate before I owned any real estate, when I was just renting a property, I literally had to cut all expenses. That means if I go out to drink coffee 3 times a day, cut. Now that money is going into my savings account for my down payment. If I went out to eat way too much, cut. Now that money's going into my savings account for my down payment. So basically I sacrificed in the short term to have all the real estate and the things that I have now, and to be able to buy my first property, which is 1,000 times better than renting. I think you have to consider, where can I cut expenses? Where am I spending too much? And then if you have a family or a loved one that you're doing this with, make sure you tell them, like, yo, we have to cut expenses so we can save money, so we could go and buy this property. And that is done every day. It's a very painful process, but I did it, so I know you can do it. The last thing would be increase your income. Find ways to do things part-time. Drive, you could drive car services, you can deliver food, what I did personally was I was in the barbershop, the hair industry, and I ended up leaving that industry in order to go ahead and get into real estate. Over time, I was able to grow my real estate business and sales. Took about 7 to 10 years to get to the point where I needed to be. And obviously nothing happens as fast. But what I would do is basically just continue to go ahead and do everything you possibly can to increase your cash flow. Sell stuff, get another job, do whatever you have to do to increase your income, because if you actually do that, that's going to help you put together that savings plan and save way more money for your down payment. If you are looking to buy a house, I went from no real estate to buying my property, to buying investment properties, to flipping properties. And if you're looking to start your journey and buy your first home, I'd love to help you. You know who to call.